Alright, so now that we've got our spine marked, I'm going to go ahead and lay out our handle components and mark where they're going to lay on the rod respectively once the rod is completed. Just like that. Making sure that the end of my cork is flush with the bottom of the blank. This is what the rod is going to look like once we're finished with it. So I'm going to take my China marker and mark where each piece is going to be. What this does is it tells me exactly how far to slide each piece down, or how far each piece needs to slide down when I'm reaming out my cork. I go to my reamer and ream the inside of this cork out. You're basically drilling it from the inside out. What I'm using here is a razor wand. These are included in the deluxe kit. I'm constantly rotating the reamer, and I'm actually rotating the cork every couple reams, because naturally your hand is going to want to pull to one side or the other without even knowing it. As much as you try to stay dead center, it's impossible. So by rotating the cork, you're actually going to make sure that that's centered at all times. You don't want to lay these on your blank. This is silicon carbide. It will scratch pretty much anything and everything. So avoid laying that on your blank. I'm going to take this Batch and Dream reamer, and there's a couple ways to use these products. You can actually screw on a screwdriver handle and use it by hand. Now once I've used this small size, which you can see obviously that's done, step up to the next size. Again, screw it in there and continue reaming. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do when you're reaming is constantly check, and I prefer to tap it out. You've got pieces of silicon carbide that can come out on the inside of your grip, and you don't want them to scratch your blank as you slide it down there, but a simple tap on a table or the floor will knock those out. So all I'm going to do is just slide this down every so often and check, see how far. Obviously I've got a long ways to go, but I'd rather keep checking and be safe than go too far and have it actually be reamed out too large and not fit snug. I want it to fit just snug right here, not too tight but not loose. Another nice feature about the Dream Reamer is I can take this chuck, or take this drill, chuck the Dream Reamer in there, and do it just like that. Obviously it's a lot quicker. I believe you get a better ream on the inside. It's much more consistent and smooth as opposed to doing it by hand. Now these Dream Reamers are awesome. See how the bottom part of this grip has a little bit of a wiggle in there? It's a little bit loose, but we're still snug. So what that tells me is that the front of the grip is what's choking it at this point. So rather than continuing to ream from the rear and make this even looser in the rear, I'm going to go ahead and take that same reamer I was just using, that same size, and actually ream from the front of the grip a little bit. Again, it's one of those things you don't have to do, but it does make a difference. You try to get that fit just perfect when reaming from the front. It's much easier, or it's very easy to go too far and end up with it be loose in the front. Alright, now that we've got this thing reamed out, you can see that it fits just snug right there. You don't want to go too tight, because then actually when you push it down, you'll push all the epoxy out. It'll act like a squeegee and just push all the epoxy out and away, but you don't want it to be too loose either. So just snug is perfect. So that's where the rear grip is going to sit, and you can see here where the real seat's going to go, and then our foregrip's going to go right here. So we know that the real seat is we're going to use arbors, whether we use graphite arbors, polyurethane arbors, or in this case masking tape. We're going to make some rings of masking tape here to use as arbors, but we'll go ahead and ream out this foregrip first till we get this to the point where it's going to fit on there well. Then we'll actually put the epoxy on the blank put our rear grip on, put the real seat, and then the foregrip.